Hi guys, today is Friday, July 17th, and today is the last day of iCast. I left last night, got home late, thought I'd get out here on the water and test this new ping update. I've got the new 2.0 update. They should be releasing it soon. We're going to test it out. If we find any issues, we'll let them know. They'll fix it. They're good about doing any kind of glitch that you find, man. They get right on it and fix it pretty much immediately. They're really good about that. We're out here on a brush pile. It's about 98 degrees today. Very little wind. Spot locked with the Garmin Force. We've got the Ping Live transducer mounted on the starboard spy pole. That way we can aim it and keep it aimed at the brush pile. What we're going to do is we're just going to throw a 10-pound test braid, straight braid, right into the brush pile. The reason why is you're going to break off. If you fish enough brush piles, you are going to break off. And if you're using a leader, you're going to be retying a lot of leaders, and I don't want to have to do that. So we got the 10-pound test braid. We're going to go ahead and use a 16th ounce jig head with a number 6 hook. It's a little pink headed jig. We're going to try to get some of these fish to bite and also do some adjustments on the Ping Live. We're going to use that Ghost by Black Sheep Jig Company color. That's a good color on this lake. If you don't have any of the Black Sheep Jig Company, you need to get it. And also, I have good clean screens, and one of the reasons is I have good voltage. I keep a good constant voltage. If you haven't already upgraded to lithium batteries, you need to look at MillerTech lithium batteries, the only 10-year non-prorated warranty in the industry. Amish company from Middlefield, Ohio. They answer the phone Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And believe it or not, they answer within 6 seconds. You can't beat that. If you want to save any money on anything that MillerTech has on their website, all you have to do is click on to the link that's in this video or the Shop Now button, or you can use discount code STAN10. Go to the website, whatever you put in the shopping cart. If it doesn't automatically load it in there from clicking on the link at the end, there's a place for it, put STAN10. You'll get 10% off your total order. Anything that is in stock will ship same day as long as you call by 2 p.m. Can't beat that. Most items are free shipping. Give MillerTech lithium a try. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up here to the front, and I'm going to go through all the settings on the 2.0. I'm going to show you how I have it set up. And we're going to do some fishing. We're going to play with it a little bit so we can see if we need to make any changes on the screen. But from what I saw up there, it looks really good. You're going to be surprised. All right, guys, let's go through these settings. Of course, down here on the lower left is your range out, 60 feet. Click those 3 dots in the lower right-hand corner. That brings you to this menu. Here's your contrast. I'll kind of show you what it does. I've got it at 60. You can move it any way that you want to get the best picture that you like. I like 60 so far. Let's see. See, 60. Noise reject, I've got it 20. I'll show you what that does. You can go to more to the 100%. As you can see, it's not going to be as sensitive. I've got noise reject turned off. Actually, I have it at 20 is where I found it to be the best for what I'm doing today. TVG is at 0%. Let me show you something here on the TVG. If you hit those information circles that's yellow beside the name, if you hit that, it'll tell you what everything does. So you can see at short range, under 90 feet, which is always where we're at, it's going to be between 0 and 30%. That's all you'd ever want to adjust that. Then if you're at 90 to 150, it's 30 to 70, and long range up over 150, you would go for 70 to 100% on your TVG. We've got ours at 0. Color map, we've got different colors. I'm going to go to each one of them. We're using yellow. Here's classic. Here's rainbow. Cool warm. Red. Orange. I like orange too. Yellow. Green. Cyan. Blue. Violet. And that's your colors. We're going to go back to yellow. All right, now let's go to our next target enhance. This is basically like color gain. We'll hit that information. Higher is not always better. Lower the level when targets appear too bright. So basically it's like color gain. If they're too bright, you're going to go down lower. If they're not bright enough, you're going to go up. I'm fine with where it is. I'm fine with off. All right, stabilization. I've got that on. That's supposed to stabilize the transducer for boat wake and stuff, or when you're trolling around and stuff. It does okay. I mean, all forward-facing sonar is going to do that. It's going to move. Nothing really you can do about that. I do have it on. There's sensor calibration. I'm not for sure how you calibrate it. My opinion would be that you would set the bottom the way you want it, and then you hit start and let it go through calibration. I'm going to ask about the sensor calibration when I talk to them. I do need to find out about that. Interference rejection. Okay, if you got transducers or a bunch of interference, you can turn it on. There's low, there's high. I think there's nothing around here right now to where we got to worry about. I've got all the transducers turned off, so I'm going to turn that off. So we've got the fastest the screen we can get. Because when you start turning all that stuff on, it does slow stuff down. Fishing mode. All right, I've got it in static. Let me tell you what this stuff is. Static is basically an automatic function that they've come up with to where if you're not moving, say we're spot locked down here on this brush pile, static is where you would want that at. Stationary, just remember, stationary means static with an S, stationary, static. Okay, dynamic would be if you're moving. It would take the blur out of it. It would help the resolution or your target separation better in dynamic if you want to go out chasing open water fish. And then smart detection is an automatic feature that's supposed to go back and forth or to find the best picture for you. Is called smart detection. We could leave that on if we wanted to. I'm just going to put it on static, and we'll play with that at a later date. Overlay, we've got your grid lines you can turn on. You can make them brighter or lighter. You've got your voltage. We can turn that off if we want, turn it back on. We've got our temperature, we could turn off, turn back on. We could turn our depth off. And record button. You could actually record your screen to your iPad or iPhone or Android computer, whichever, if you want to record the screen. That's a pretty good function they've come out with. All right, that's overlay, installation. Let's go there. Install depth. They fixed that. The 1.7.3 version, I found an issue where it was in centimeters. They already fixed it. Man, if you find anything wrong, those guys get right on it immediately, and they make a software change. I really like how they do that. I've got ours set at about 15 inches, and that's the depth that the transducer on your spy pole, where your pole is in the water. So we could, you know, I had mine set at 15. And the angle is the angle of the bottom. You can adjust the angle, you know, to make it, you know, whatever you want. You know, if you, to get that flat bottom, you can make that manual adjustment. We've got that. And that's pretty much all the features. Now we've got our Ping Live transducer mounted on the Garmin spy pole. I have 2 spy poles. It's mounted on the starboard side one, which is the one on the driver's side of the boat, this side. Then we've got one spy pole motor mounted on the port side of the boat. So we're just going to use the Garmin spy pole, and also so I don't have to have a graph, an iPad or an Android device. We're using our Garmin 9222 screen up here. So we're going to record and use the Garmin screen with the Ping. Real good way to do it if you've already got a graph, or if you had an external larger monitor, you could do that as well. Get that brush pile back into range. We'll go ahead and cast this black sheep jig plastic, this ghost color with this 16th ounce jig head with a number 4 hook and 10-pound test braid, straight braid like we said at the beginning of the video, because we're going to probably get hung up in these brush piles. See if we can catch us some fish. All right, we're dropping at 35. We're falling. I'm just going to let it fall. It looks like one may have it already. Nope, I thought so. I'm just going to let it fall. We're at 30. I'll let it fall right back in that brush pile again. Now I'm going to start reeling. See if we can catch us one of these fish out of that brush pile. There he is. We got us one. I like it when we can catch a fish on the camera whenever we're trying to demonstrate this Ping Live. Whoop, we barely had him hooked. He's a little one. He's a little mad. We're going to put him on the camera. Got to put all of them on the camera. We're falling at like 45 right now. So go ahead and start reeling toward us. We're coming up on 40. See if we can get one of them bigger ones there on the back side of that brush pile to come out of there. And there he is. He said, "I'll take it. I'll take it." They're dinks. We'll take them. As hot as it is, hard to get these fish to bite. It's 85, 86 degrees out here. All right, we're at 45 and falling. We're coming in at 30, right on top of that brush pile. There he he had it. I pulled on it. Let's try it again. We're at 40 again, or 39. Let it fall. I tell you, this thing's great. I'm impressed. It looks way better than what it did when I was back out here with the 1.73 software. They're coming after it. We're at 42. All right, we're coming right up on top of it there at the 30 foot mark. There's one. He's coming after it. Nope. We're at 38. There, we got us one. Got us a small one. Right there. Baby. All right, guys, we are going to try out this Ping Bing. Right now we are just trolling out here at about 3 miles an hour. I've got it set out about 98 feet. And I want to see what the new 2.0 update looked like on the Ping Bing, which is a side scan. It'll do side, down. We're going to go over that brush pile that we were fishing and see if we can find it on the side scan. All right, we're coming up. Right there's that brush pile right there on the right at 40 feet. We just went right by that brush pile that we were fishing. Now this is at the high kilohertz, which is going to be the most definition at short range. Right there's a pot of bait fish that we went over. You can see a bunch of stuff laying on the bottom. There we just went across some fish, a school of little bait fish. You can see bait fish, you can see some wood down there. This thing's clear. Very impressed with the Ping Bing. There's a log. It looks really good. Really good. Now if we go to those 3 dots, I'm going to push those. We've got contrast at 0, noise reject at 0. I've got 1,000 kilohertz. Now, if we want, we could try to change that to 800. So that's at 800 kilohertz. But it changed to 30 feet. So let's go back out to the same feet. See what it looks like at 800 kilohertz. I'm going to make a turn here. I'm going to turn and go back. That is at the 800. And it looks good. Over here at the 80 feet on our right starboard side, you see there's some bait we just went across. I see some fish too. You'll see flooded timber in there. That's what all that is. There was some flooded timber in this area. So, you know, if you're hunting and you want distance, and you really ought to go with the 800 or a little less. Let's see. Well, let's finish up and show you this timber it's laying down on the 800. We're coming up on that brush pile there. We just went under it. It's right there on our port side. We just passed it there. See some fish on that brush pile. It looks really good, guys. I'm very, very impressed with what they've done. I really am. I'm very impressed. All right, let's go to the 455 kilohertz. Now we're down at the, let me get that range back out there. It wants to go to 30 for some reason there. We're going to stick her out to about 130 foot. Let's do that. Let's leave it about 130. Because the further out you go, you want the lower kilohertz to see everything. But then if you spot something out that you want to go, then you want to come back through with your 800 or your 1000 kilohertz to get the detail, kind of shorten up their distances. So we're at 131 foot right now at the 455 kilohertz. That's the bank, that line that you see over there, that's the bank. what I'm gonna do, let's put it at the 1,000 kilohertz, and we're gonna go by that dock over there. Get this boat turned around, and we'll set that at that 98. We're gonna come along his dock, see if we can see the dock post coming up. Man, is it hot out here, guys. It's 98 degrees. I am burning up. All right, we'll be coming up on it right now. There they are. You see the post? You're coming right up on all the posts. You can see the dock. And we're in some shallow water right here, guys. We're in 6 foot of water. You see that standing timber? All right, guys, I hope you liked the video. We're gonna head back, get this ping turned off, get this boat in the wind, get some wind going here.